very open. There's not much brush around it, because if you go make your fire inside those trees right there, what do you think is going to happen?
Forest fire.
They're all gonna
Yeah.
burn down.
Yeah, they're all going to burn down. You're going to create a forest fire.
Though.
Might be a good signal, but you might not make it through to survive. So. All right, so a teepee is going to look somewhat like this. And then what you'll do is you will take your smaller sticks, what size, what are these guys called?
Tenders.
Nope.
Oh.
Kindling.
Kindling, yep. So you're going to take your kindling and you'll put it around.
So you put like the thicker ones in the middle?
Yep, you're going to want your biggest logs and pieces in the middle to hold it up. And then stuff around it. Okay. I'm not going to make this up too well because I'm going to have to take it right back down for the next group. All right, and then you would take your, what's this called? Tender. Yes. Break this stuff down and you would shove it underneath.
Not like shove it.
Yes, shove it.
Okay? And right here you have a nice little teepee shaped fire. And then if you had, paper and a match, which I'm not going to show you that, but if you did that and threw it down here, the tinder is going to burn up very, very quickly. So to keep it going so that these would actually catch on fire, you're going to need to keep feeding the fire. If you didn't, this would just burn out and these would never catch because it takes longer for the logs to catch. So what I'm going to show you all is there are a couple different ways to make a fire without a match or without a lighter. One way is, I heard somebody say rocks and sparks. You can rub flint and steel together.
Oh, Minecraft.
And flint is a rock, and steel is obviously
from gravel.
A form of metal, and you can rub them together, and they create sparks. And then you would need something for your sparks to catch. So that's where, if you had some really dry leaves, that's a good thing for them to catch on. Actually, if you have like lint in your pocket, that's like one of the best things, or dryer lint, to catch on because it's so dry and so brittle that it'll catch easily. But another way is with steel wool, which lots of people use to clean things with or to sand things down. Steel wool and a 9-volt battery. Okay, so if you're ever going on a backpacking trip and you want to make sure that you have a good method, these more than likely are not going to get wet to the point that you can't use them, where matches might. They're not going to run out of lighter fluid, where your lighter might. And what you would do is all you have to do is touch the battery to the steel wool, and it creates sparks.
Oh wow!
Blow on it. Are you gonna light it?
And it's because of the charge of the battery onto the steel. Okay, and then that obviously creates, sparks, and then you can feed it.
They're eating it.
With
Then you gotta blow on it.
Burn, baby, burn.
Are you gonna ignite it?
So that battery will never run out of those sparks, or? Oh, fire!
There you go.
Oh, but it burns so quick.
Voila. So you would put that with your tinder, and it would start that on fire, and then you would have to keep feeding the tinder, and then the tinder would eventually catch the kindling, and then that would catch the logs, and then you have a fire going. Now, do you think your initial amount of wood is going to last you a while?
No.
No. Okay, so remember what was the number I told you guys up on the hill?
3.
3, okay? So if you're gonna plan on, needing a fire all throughout the night, or for the next morning to cook on, you're gonna need to go out and gather 3 times as much wood and have it at your campsite. Because chances are, if you run out at night, you're not gonna wanna go out at night, without any light or anything to get more wood. At night, is when a lot of animals come out. Lots of animals are nocturnal. And just for your own safety and for the fact that you would want warmth, you would want to have wood around you. Okay, and then I'm going to show you guys one more kind of structure besides the teepee. You guys have any guesses as to what another kind of, it's actually another kind of shelter. So we have teepees, and then what's another kind of shelter?
Well, sort of like a house shape, so you have like the two walls and then the roof thing
Yep.
over it.
Lean-to?
That lean-to is another one. I'm not going to show you that one today though. Good job though. It's a log cabin, so it is kind of like a house.
Cool.
And have you guys ever played with Lincoln logs?
Yeah.
Younger?
Yes. Yeah.
So
I
you're
got
basically
that.
going to
You
build
got a
like
pack?
you would with Lincoln logs. Okay, so you would take 4 big pieces and lay them in a square shape on the bottom. And then you're going to take your, what is this called?
Kindling.
Kindling.
Tinder's the really, really small one.
Tinder are twigs. They're both T's. You can think of it that way.
How would you remember kindling?
Alright, so you just make a big square shape. You can build it as high as you want. And then where do you think I'm going to put the tender in?
In the middle.
In the middle.
Yep, right in the middle. Right in the inside of the house.
Oh no, you're gonna catch your house on fire.
So like a nice way to think of it is the tender's the people living.
And then you just burn them. Yeah, that's
And you're
great.
setting the people on fire.
That's great.
And then the house catches on fire.
Alright, so you would put it in there,
And then we
and
party.
then the same way I did the other steel wool and the cotton ball or whatever your source is, you would put it down here and it would light it on
Does
fire.
it have to be a big battery?
And then eventually, no. Well, I mean, it has to be a 9-volt or what's the? I don't know if it's a 120 volt or it's like the bigger square ones.
D
you can
batteries?
use one of those too. No, not D batteries. None of
Break
none
it
of
in
those.
half.
the letter batteries you can use. They're not gonna work.
Yeah, they're just like tiny,
Christian.
shaped like a cylinder.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So, do you guys have any questions about these two kinds? Do you feel confident that you could make one of these structures?
maybe.
Yeah?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Too bad.
Well, good.
This thing keeps recording.
I got mama recording.
Okay, so we've gone over our food and we've gone over our fire. What else do you think we need?
Oh,
We do need shelter. We're not going to have time for that today, unfortunately. 'Cause that would be pretty fun.
food? No, you
We
already said
got
food.
food, we got our plants, our
Water.
fire, and I heard it, water. Okay? So now we're going to keep walking on our adventure.
Bye bye. Bye. No, just keep. I will. I'm gonna upload this one. Oh, we're going this way. Yeah. Wait, where are we going? Gotta put out the fire.
Kind of. Hello. Hello, YouTube.
Hello.
YouTube?
My name's
YouTube.
I can only do like 11-minute ones though.
Yeah, we can build the fire. We used to swim at fire.
This is gonna be crazy. Let's go. What? He's putting this on YouTube.
This way. Hey. Oh, not to YouTube. Not to YouTube.
Can you seriously take a video?
Yeah, I've been videoing.
Hey, dude. Okay, you have to delete that, man.
No, I think I only got like the top of his finger. But now it's still going, so don't worry about it. Bus! Bus! Uh-oh. Dude, I think they were going to the Chucky.
Oh no.
No, we're gonna cross the river.
No.
The bridge's gonna break.
Wait, are we gonna go over the bridge?
We're not going over it.
We're gonna go under it. Okay, I'm just kidding.
We're going to go through it.
Let's go. We're gonna walk on top of the water.
You guys bring your swimsuits?
Yeah. Well, I can still.
Mine's under my pants.
Just under your pants.
No,
Go in the boxes.
I just have shorts under my pants.
Go into your boxes.
No. We're not going swimming.
Jamal, it's like cold.
Ready?
Okay, so Christian,
So go ahead.
that is the end
Take a seat
of
on the
episode
bridge
1,
here.
the Nature
No, I'm not
Center.
sitting.